we are in fact getting you the latest visuals coming in from Ayodhya, from the roadshow, where we can see the Prime Minister out there waving towards the large crowds that are gathered at that location. And of course, you can see the Surya Stambs also in the background as well, as he makes through those particular road. And there we have the cultural troops also lying on the streets, and of course the posters of the Prime Minister along with the Ram temple being kept in place as he moves, or rather his cavalcade is moving slowly towards the inauguration centers. And here the large crowds that have in fact turned up early in the morning
it's
itself.
Like braving a very cold weather.
Yeah, they're braving the
cold
cold weather, and they've been there for almost 3 to 4 hours. So clearly it means that it is a huge thing for the people of Ayodhya. Probably they've never seen so much of infrastructure push for their sleepy hamlet as it was once upon a time. Now it is slowly being transformed into a huge metropolis, and the development of Ayodhya is also in fact taking center stage. There we have in fact all the cultural displays also at the stands as the Prime Minister in fact is making his way through that road. And you can see the huge
the camera plays at a vantage point, showing the entire cavalcade. I'd say it's a harrowing time for the security staff, usually, because I have covered several of our Prime Minister's rallies in Varanasi, when he was canvassing for his candidature, and it's mammoth crowd which gathers around to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister. Flower petals being showered on him, chanting of slogans, and all the cultural troops there welcoming Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And Prime Minister is also responding in kind. At his age, he's just barely there, hanging by the door of the car, and waving at both sides of the road. Well, it's a fascinating moment for people of Ayodhya who have lined up there to see the Prime Minister.
And just a big visit before the Pran Pratishtha, and of course a visit, as Nija was also saying, that probably to review what is happening with regard to
I don't think that he is there to view, because the person who's in charge of everything and all is Nupendra Mishra is a former top PMO official, and the Prime Minister has his way of knowing at which speed the entire machinery is working. And the entire Uttar Pradesh government, all the central ministries, yesterday we saw Ashwini Vaishnav being there for hours at end to make sure that the entire Ayodhya Dham railway station is decked up and to the occasion. The lines and everything is done properly. There you see the Prime Minister waving at the people. So
a lot of flowers being showered, a lot of petals being showered at that cavalcade.
The windshield of the car, it's very interesting to see. One of the security guards' duty is to remove the flower petals from it, so as to ensure that the driver's view is not obstructed.
There the Prime Minister in fact waving to the crowds that have gathered at this at the pedestrian paths as well, and waving out to a lot of supporters who have been braving the cold weather to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. He arrived at the airport, and now he's moving towards probably the first inauguration that would take place. And here we can see how the crowds have in fact gathered, and the Prime Minister there hanging by the door of the vehicle and waving towards the crowds, and the crowds in fact cheering the Prime Minister as he is moving through that particular section of that road. Well, Nisha, we just got you the big excitement that is there in Ayodhya. We are in fact showing how the Prime Minister is being greeted in Ayodhya. You were in fact speaking about the politics that we are looking at, how the hype is in fact created ahead of 2024. Just go ahead with your thoughts.
Yeah, no, just one point that I was making, of course the Prime Minister has gone there for the inauguration of projects, which are going to be very important, railways and railway station and the airport, new airport, international airport, it will be. But when you go into a place, जैसे कहते हैं ना हिंदी में एक सरसरी निगाह आप हर एक चीज पर डल जाती है. It's not that he's going to go into is this happening well or that happening well. Of course, there's a team. There's Champat Rai and there's Nupendra Mishra and many others who are there taking care of, the Tata construction engineers were very active, all over the place. All that is there. But certainly, maybe the Prime Minister wants also to get a feel of things, as you know, it's a very momentous thing happening on January 22nd, after a long movement. And now it's being linked not only that this movement 1949, when the Ram Lalla's Murti was surreptitiously smuggled into the sanctum sanctorum of what was Babri Masjid on the night of 22nd December 1949. And after that, the legal struggle started. It's not that. Now it's being linked to a 500-year-old history. Everybody you talk to will talk about culmination of 500 years
Exactly.
of effort and hope and so
Very
on.
true.
So it's very much part of the whole civilizational project of the BJP, which we may see unfold much more in the third term if the Prime Minister comes back to power. And of course, it has already been announced that Champat Rai has announced this, that in every village, don't come to Ayodhya. Go to your nearest temple, whatever denomination that temple, and do your hymns and chantings, while the Pran Pratishtha is going on in Ayodhya. So they're reaching out to every village. And certainly the RSS activists and workers and Vishwa Hindu Parishad, they are very, very active.